Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We're sitting here at about 12:30. We're going to wait a couple additional minutes and see if we get any other potential people to join us today. So thanks for joining us. And we are going to have just the Q&A open, but not the chat. So if you have any questions, just drop your questions in the Q&A. And then I'll get to those questions as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to introduce Wes Roberts, Regional Sales Manager. So he is here to join us and support and answer any additional questions that we may have. So again, I'm going to give it another minute or two, and then we'll get started. So thanks for joining us today. All right, everyone, I think we're going to get started. So please let me know if you can hear me. Either do something in the Q&A, raise your hand. Thanks, Mark Hall. I appreciate that. And others that have raised their hands. So thank you for letting me know. We are going to go through what we call our Vaughn Plan with the side garage. It does have an ADU attached as well. So we're going to go over all the components of this home, talk a little bit about structurally modifications, what has been completed in the home. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is an absolutely beautiful home with the quality and craftsmanship that Adair offers. So let's get started. So I'm going to mute the volume there real quick. So let me back up real quick. I just want to talk just briefly about the exterior here. So I'm going to pause that there. So on the exterior of this home, it's got a couple different siding variations. All of them are James Hardie concrete composite. So you're going to have a lap siding. You're going to have a flat panel concrete composite siding. It's called Tamlin siding, which is all James Hardie product. This client added a third car bay. It does have optional to where you see the two posts for the entryway. You can do full wrap stone. They just opted for just doing full wrap siding around those two posts, which looks very nice. The lights that you see right there next to the front door, those are our standard light package for our modern homes. And then you've got the single cam light. So as soon as you walk in the front door, you've got that nice little cam light. Opens right up. What I love about this floor plan is how open it is. So you walk right into the great room, kitchen, dining. With this home, we extended out it about 4 feet. And so we have that beam that's exposed, that's across the center. And that's to hold up the second story. So it's a structural beam along with the post that comes down as well. I'm going to walk you through here. So we did the luxury plank vinyl all throughout this home. We've got the drywall wrapped windows. All of our windows are gelled win windows. They've got a lifetime warranty on them. Pop it over to here. This is an owner to do after we were completed with construction. They wanted to add a barn door with kind of that modern glass to it. So real fantastic touch there. Got quite a few recessed can lights, which I highly recommend. It just really lights up the home and as you can see, they've got tons of windows in this home, which really just adds to the touch and the feel of the home there. Gonna walk you over to the kitchen. So plenty of kitchen cabinetry space. Just want to go over a couple quick items here. This client opted to do no upper cabinets. So they're going to do floating shelves later. Went with a upgraded subway tile, all white cabinets, soft close. Got the undermount sink and then the hood vent there above the cooktop. Those doors are upgraded doors. They're shaker doors. I'll get to them in just a moment. So typically, all on the top, these windows wouldn't standard be there. This client just opted to add some additional lighting. You typically have upper cabinets that would run the whole length of the wall and then the wall that is next to the fridge. You're probably sitting there wondering, how tall are those ceilings? And this client went with 10-foot ceilings, and my gosh, it opens up this house so much. So it looks very, very nice. A great modern look. Really opens up the house. So we're just going to continue. You got that nice bar space there with a really large island. You're walking into the nook here. And fireplace wise, they opted to do kind of a fireplace here. They're going to shiplap up the wall. That's super popular. Those are all items that are done after construction as far as shiplap. We do masonry around fireplaces. We can make the fireplace a little bit higher on the wall. You name it, practically Adair can do anything your dreams. Anything you dream of and anything your Pinterest account can do. We try to make sure we accommodate the best we can to serve you and build your dream home there.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
One question from Renee on the exterior, wanting to know if we could do a garage under rather than on the side on the Vaughn Plan.
So yes, great question. I actually have two that I am building in downtown Bend, where the garage is underneath the home. And so it's actually a 3-story situation out off Boardwalk Lane. So we are going to be doing those. So that's definitely something we can do. Main thing is check with jurisdictional. There are height restrictions in both city and county. So one may be a 30-foot height, one maybe a 35-foot height, depending on the lot. So that's something that you're going to want to investigate with your jurisdiction. And we like to help and support you along the way with that. Back to the windows, we're going to just head down the hallway here. So this hallway is where you're going to find the additional bedroom. So there's 2 options you can do with this house. You can do it as a den or you can do it as a bedroom. These clients have opted for the bedroom with the closet there. Really good sized bedroom. Plenty of space to fit everything you want with a beautiful, that's one of our larger windows, a 6-foot by 5-foot. They did the sill and apron in the windows there. We're gonna pop right around here. So this here, this sink and kind of setup there, that was a customer purchase after construction. So that's not a standard cabinet that we offer. Typically we match cabinets for the whole entire house. We can modify cabinets based off what you're looking. So sometimes people want naughty alderwood cabinets, such as what you see behind West Roberts there, or you know, white. You can mix and match throughout the house, and we have pricing associated with that. So decent sized full bath downstairs. So if you have any guests, relatives, anybody staying with you, it's a great spot downstairs that people can stay and hang out for the night. We're gonna walk back forward towards the front of the house here. You can see we're heading up the stairs. So up the stairs here, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna have a really good sized loft. So up in the loft, so you can pretty much set up sitting area, viewing area if you have views, add additional windows. These shaker doors are an upgraded door and they look really fantastic. They match really well with the cabinet selection that was chosen by the clients. So we're going to step by step go through each of the different bedrooms here. As you notice, you're probably curious, we do all of our ducting in the attic space. And so you can see the vents are all in the ceiling there. Reason we do that is we do standard central AC and heat pump with all of our homes. And that way that ducting is not held in the crawl space underneath the home. This here is going to be the second bath that's upstairs. It's a really nice backsplash, beautiful light above, undermount sink, rectangle. All of those things are items that we offer here at Adair Homes. When you do your door upgrades, I just want to stop real quick. The door upgrades actually go through the whole house. So any closets and things like that, those are also going to be upgraded with all the rest of the doors. So we do solid core doors, naughty all their doors. We do have a lot of selections associated with our doors. This is the master suite. So you can see there's a huge master in here. Obviously the client hasn't fully moved into this house yet. So here's going to be the dual vanity setup inside the master suite with the separate water closet there. So we'll just take you down through there. All right. So now, obviously we still got some work to do on the outside of the home. So the client is still going to be finishing off some items. They already got their hot tub set up, barbecue and concrete pad. But we'll go into the ADU here in just a moment. If you're not familiar with what an ADU is, it's considered an additional dwelling unit. So we're going to pop right into the ADU here. It's great for as like an in-laws quarter. Sometimes people use it as an Airbnb. Depending on your jurisdiction is going to depend on what you can and cannot have inside this unit. This unit's 512 square feet and typically runs right around $100 a square foot. You'll see here it's got its own ductless heat pump. So it's going to be able to have A, air conditioning, and B, it'll have heat source throughout this unit. So got a nice little dining area, TV on the wall there. It's got a full-on kitchenette. So very nice accommodations inside this home. A little step back there. So under cabinet lighting is an upgrade. This whole package is clients did provide their own appliances for this ADU. We're gonna walk down. We just have carpet down, so we're not walking all over their really nice brand new flooring. We're gonna turn right into here, and this is a really large bathroom here for the ADU. So plenty of space, got counter space, toilet, and then we've got a tub shower combo. Mirror to be added later. And then we are going to head into the bedroom. So we'll just kind of walk through this section here. So really good size as far as a bedroom, able to fit easily a queen size bed. You could do a king. They added a couple additional windows to bring in some natural light. They did the thicker molding and trims around the bottom, as you can see around all the baseboards. This area is going to be a studio area, like I mentioned before, with the little dining area and then kitchen and with couch. So 512 square feet. It's a really good size. I stopped here real quick just to go over a couple items. This house, they opted for the third garage, which looks fantastic. Anytime you add additional garages, you're going to get an additional light. So you can see that those lights are added.
And Joe, would you explain where we saw the mini split system in the 512 and how that functions? There's usually a lot of questions around the mini split with customers.
Yeah, so the mini split is a ductless heat pump, and how it works is you got the heat ability through the wall systems, and then you have where you can control its temperature control gauge as far as heating and cooling through that specific unit.
All right, thank you. Another question if you want to go with real quick. So what bare flooring is standard with your homes? Would luxury vinyl plank be an upgrade or a standard? The flooring in this home is beautiful.
Yeah, so standard is going to be a sheet vinyl. That's going to be standard with Formica countertops. Our upgrades, I would say, are very inexpensive, truthfully, because it covers all the installation, the warranty of the product, and typically these floorings come with about a 25-year warranty associated with them. All of our different flooring options have warranties to them associated with the manufacturer. So this specific flooring, luxury plank vinyl, is going to range anywhere between $8 a square foot to about $10 a square foot. So a lot of clients, especially in Central Oregon or in most locations, really try to get that luxury plank vinyl throughout all the entertainment areas, right? So you're not tracking in a bunch of carpet in those kind of locations and then kind of shedding some money as far as upgrade wise in your bedrooms and things of that nature.
Joe, can you give a quick price range on the Vaughn?
Yeah, so this house is really unique. So I highly recommend meeting with your home ownership counselor at your location where you're looking to build. So I'm here at the Central Oregon branch, and I service about a 100-mile radius of Central Oregon. So I'd be happy to give you a rundown of total cost project. Typically, most clients are going to spend $40,000 to $60,000 in upgrades. This house, because of the ADU and pushing out an additional 6 foot on this house, adding the third car bay, doing kind of higher end finishes throughout the home, this house is right around the $400,000 mark. And obviously, based off your own personal selections and touches, that price can range. We've got a phenomenal pricing team that breaks down everything step by step to ensure we're giving you the best value for your home. That's why, compared to custom home builders, we're significantly more affordable, and I feel like we build a more quality home.
All right. Another question is coming in is, can you build ADUs detached from the house?
I would check with your jurisdiction and see if that's something that's allowed. Typically, like in Central Oregon, for example, there has to be a breezeway or something attaching the ADU to the main unit. Whether it's the garage, whether it's the other side of the home. We had a situation where the client wanted an ADU and they wanted to attach the garage side, and per jurisdiction, your whole entire garage would have to be heated space, which would be, can be costly. So check with your jurisdiction. Every jurisdiction is different as far as what they allow and don't allow when it comes to additional dwelling units, but they're not able to be just in the middle of a yard 100 feet away. Obviously because of utility purposes and other reasons that the county doesn't want a bunch of little mini units sitting out throughout a lot.
And depending on the level of the detached ADU, because our ADUs are designed to attach to a home, may have to go. And some of the questions I've answered so far, folks, is what we call our custom route. So Joe, if you'd explain, when I tell a customer that yes, that's possible going our custom route, if you could just explain our custom route real quick.
Yeah. So like our custom route, like I've had somebody build this Vaughn, and they did the ADU above the garage. That seems to be really popular. I've got quite a few different plans. So the custom route, typically is if somebody let me back up a moment. Okay. We've got our highly modified Adair plan, which is taking one of our plans and pretty much throwing all the interior guts up in the air, and then pretty much placing things where you want them throughout the home, making modifications and all that good stuff. That's where the ADU above the garage comes into play. Some of those other kinds of things as far as ADU location and attachment to the home or breezeways and things of that nature. And then we have the full custom route, and that full custom route is literally you drop a plan to us, and then we would re-engineer that plan. That cost is $3,000, and there's typically a margin associated with it, and then we price it out. With our purchasing team, we have a design meeting with our experts to go over all the ins and outs of your specific build project to ensure we're giving you the best value and most transparent pricing, so you know your total cost budget.
This is another one, Joe. Customer asking, Lorena's asking if price would change if we don't have an ADU.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That ADU, it's 512 square feet. So if you don't have an ADU, that would reduce costs pretty significantly.
And another question on, does the ADU price include kitchen appliances? That's a little more difficult because in some areas we can and some we can't.
Yep. So that's going to be jurisdictionally based. And then typically appliance would not come standard in there. Pretty much usually standard is going to be a smaller sink with a smaller refrigerator. If you're outside of city limits, inside city limits, we can do appliances in them depending on your jurisdiction. Please confirm with them. But we've been able to do them here successfully in Central Oregon. But you would be responsible for supplying the appliances, or we can get them priced out for you and add that to your home order.
And I will answer this question. Alice is asking, normally how much more for the expense to build a house in the coastal area, which is in the first line to the beach, looking at a 3-story home. And again, Alice, that depends on the square footage, and each model's priced differently. Now, in a 3-story home, I could say that would go our custom route, as Joe explained earlier, as well. Being how it varies from our online floor plans. We do a few 3 stories over here on the coast, mainly with garage unders. Folks will do that to take advantage of the height so they can get a better view. Another question, Joe, is how much would it cost to remove a wall or add a wall in living room space?
Typically that's going to be a minimal cost. I've seen it a few $100. Most of our interior walls are non-load bearing walls, so it doesn't actually affect the build, and adding a wall is pretty minimal for us to do as far as structurally.
Okay, another one is on mileage. If you're out of the 30-mile radius, 34 miles, how much is the travel edition?
That's a tough question to answer without knowing what size of home you're looking at. It varies based off the home, and that's to pay our sub base to be able to go outside of the 30-mile radius. So typically it's going to range, the ones that I've looked at are between about 2,500 and 5,000. I know it's a large range, but get with your home ownership counselor and they can actually build a quote with that 34-mile radius. And that'll give you an idea of what exactly you'd be looking at based off the home plan you are choosing to build.
Yeah, and the mileage that it goes in increments, so it would depend on. Well, look, this one's 34 miles, so
Right.
that'd be slightly outside of our normal
Right.
Of our price included, which goes to 29.
Right.
99.
I'm not sure about that last question.
That was Elsa was asking about the cost difference to build on the coast. And also it's a difficult question to answer because we don't know, what kind of model we're looking at, what kind of exterior features we're looking at. It's really not a lot more to build at the coast. There's a little bit difference in mileage, as Joe was explaining earlier, to pay our sub bases to come out to the coast. It also depends on where on the coast that you are building, how far that is from our branch locations. We build North Coast from Lincoln City. If you're very far north, if you're Seaside and north of Seaside, it would be actually built out of our Woodland, Washington branch. And then if you're Southern Coast, that would actually be built out of our Crestwell branch, which is south, about 10 miles south of Eugene. So it really depends on where at on the coast, what branch we're coming out of, and really depends on the home itself. Hard to give pricing like that without really looking at what kind of features we're looking for.
Yes, we do financing, and it's through Alliance Financial Services. And they're out of Washington. So Kitsap County, where's that at, Wes? Sorry, I don't know where that's at.
Washington.
Okay.
And AFS, yes, AFS operates in all states, and they can certainly go to AFS's website.
Alliance Financial. Yep.
Yeah, alliancefinancialservices.com. And that's, I'll just type it on here.
Okay. Any other questions we're missing, guys? Thanks so much for taking the time today. I truly appreciate it. Again, my name's Joe Zamko. I work out of the Central Oregon branch. So if you have any questions or just interested in the build process, what it takes, how to find and secure land, I know inventory for homes there's not really much out there, or if there is stuff, it's just really overpriced. So we've had a lot more people coming more to the build route because you can get a lot more bang for your buck as far as price per square foot. So let us know how we can support you. And we're totally here to help every single step of the way. So, all right, guys. Well, that will do it for today. And again, contact us anytime. My direct line is 541-241-1192 out of the Redmond branch. And then if you're considering building in other areas, just Google Adair Homes and you can find all the locations and the build zones as far as where they build. And we also have the OHC line, right, Russ? What direct contact do they have? I always find it easiest if they go to adairhomes.com and they start looking at some of the plans in the bottom right. We've got some phenomenal teammates that work for our online home ownership counselors. They do a great job vetting questions, things like that. And then if it makes sense, scheduling an appointment with somebody like myself, whether it's a virtual or in person, whatever you're most comfortable with, and then kind of going over next steps from there. Can't hear you, Wes.
Sorry, I'm on mute. Did you get what the question on explaining the process, meet plans, money up front for plans? Was that interesting? That's really the best way to answer those questions is to make an appointment at your local branch.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, again, thanks so much for your time. Hope everybody has an excellent day, and get in contact with us as soon as possible so we can get your project started.
All right. Thanks a lot, Joe. Thanks everybody for attending.
Thank you.